Welcome back to Cooking with Tammy, back in time for the holidays with the perfect side dish. Today we're going to be making seafood stuffed deviled eggs. With all of that being said, let's get it. Let's get to cooking. For our seafood stuffed deviled eggs, we're going to need some ground mustard, Old Bay seasoning, smoked paprika, Cajun seasoning, cedar plank salmon seasoning, mayo, Dijon mustard, some sweet relish for that nice little oomph. We also have some crab claw meat, which is definitely much more affordable than the lump crab. And we also have some Langostino lobster, as well as some shallots, butter, our hard-boiled eggs, as well as chives and fresh parsley. So with all of that being said, let's get to cooking. When making our hard-boiled eggs, the first step is to take your eggs, place it into the pot, just like that. Make sure you place it in there real gentle. We don't want any accidents or any broken eggs, just like that. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna take some cold water and we're gonna add it to our pot. Now, the reason why we do it this way is because if you were to place the eggs into boiling water or water that's on a rolling boil, what's gonna happen is your eggs are gonna crack and it's not gonna be good. It's gonna be messy. So for the perfect boiled eggs, what we're gonna do is we're gonna allow it to boil for about 12 minutes because we want that nice sunny yellow yolk. We don't want our yolks to look green, all right? Because we're making obviously stuffed eggs and presentation is everything. After 12 minutes, we're gonna place our hard boiled eggs into some cold water because we wanna cool down the eggs. We don't want our eggs to cook anymore. Also, it's gonna make the deshelling process a lot easier. Our eggs are nice and cool, so we're just gonna tap it against the glass. Not too hard, of course. It's coming off really easily, and that's what you want. After you're finished deshelling the eggs, you're gonna rinse it off in cold water once again. Why? Because you don't want any lingering shells sitting on top of your eggs because you don't want to eat any eggshells in your deviled eggs, all right? It's Langostino lobster time, so we're gonna bring it to the forefront right up here. And we are gonna add just a baby drizzle of oil. And as I always say, I like to add the oil because it helps to get that seasoning distributed properly. Mix it up just a bit. Now, Langostino lobster, very delicate, so we're gonna be easy. I'm gonna go in with some Cajun seasoning. Now, of course, we need to be easy with the Cajun seasoning or any seasoning that is salt-based because it's seafood. And seafood has a tendency to become over-salted really easily because the meat, of course, is really delicate. All right, we're gonna add some Old Bay, of course. As well as smoked paprika for that nice smoky flavor. And we're gonna add some cedar plank salmon seasoning. And what I like about the seasoning is it has like those little orange peels and lemon peels and stuff, so it gives that little citrus bite, which is perfect. Add it just like that. And we're gonna take our fingers, mix it up really good. Like I said, be nice and delicate because you wanna keep it whole because later we're gonna use it for staging and so on and so forth. So you don't wanna go in there with a rough hand and break it up into like a billion pieces. We definitely don't wanna do that. Once the seasoning is perfectly distributed and all of our Langostino lobsters coated just like this, we are in business. What we're gonna do next is we're gonna move on over to our stovetop and we're gonna saute these bad boys. To our pan is nice and warm and ready to go. We're gonna add just a light drizzle of oil. We don't have that much lobster, so we don't need to add a ton of oil, obviously. Just spread it around the pan. We're also gonna add about a tablespoon of butter. I added the oil because I don't want the butter to burn, only because we're sauteing and not searing. Now, if I was searing, that's a different situation. But anyway, we're gonna add our shallots. Get that nice flavor going. Once we get those aromatics, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go in and we're gonna add our lobster. And basically a Langostino lobster is already cooked. So what we're doing is we're just infusing flavors and we're also heating it up at the same time. How beautiful is that? Gonna take some fresh parsley, just break it up with my hands. Just like that. If you have dried parsley on hand, use your dried parsley. Either way, it's going to be going down. It's going to be delicious. Just break it on up. That's it. Serve it in there. Get that nice pop of color going. And we are done. We're not going to overcook at this point in time. We're going to turn that stove top off. It took about a minute for our Langostino lobsters to be heated up and perfectly cooked. Make sure you get all that sauce. Perfect. To this bowl right here, we're going to add some mayo. And what we're going to do is we're going to make our dressing at this point. That should be good. Because guess what? We're only working with about 6 to 7 eggs. Once we split it in half, we're going to have about 12 to 14. So we don't need a lot of mayo. We're also going to add some Dijon mustard, a couple squirts. Give it that extra kick, as well as our sweet relish. If you're not a relish fan, of course, you can hold back on it. This is about 2 tablespoons that was left in the jar. I know we added mustard, but we're also going to add a little bit of pure ground mustard. I want that rustic taste as well. Trust me, everything tied together is going to be perfect. It's going to be perfecto. All right. Give it a good mix. I know this wasn't mentioned, but to balance it out, I'm going to add a little pinch of granulated sugar, aka white sugar, to balance out the flavors. Give it a mix one more time. And of course, this dressing doesn't have any uncooked eggs in there, so go in there and taste it. Don't be afraid. Just taste it, see whether or not if it is where you want it to be. If you need to add a little bit more sugar, add some more sugar. If you are a relish fan, knock yourself out. Add the relish, all right? We're going to add some of our crab claw meat. And because this is a small portion, I'm just going to add some of it. Mix it on up. Perfect. And to be honest with you, this is an 8-ounce can. I didn't even add half of it. This is more like 1/4 of it. So I added about maybe 2 ounces because like I said, we're working with 6 to 7 eggs. Now, if you're making about a dozen eggs, which is going to give you about 24, you could rock out with about maybe anywhere between 4 to 8 ounces, depending on how much crab you want in your stuffed eggs. And yeah, that's it. Anyway, what we're gonna do is, in the meanwhile, we're gonna set this aside, and trust me, it tastes so delicious. All right, that pinch of sugar really, when I say it definitely combined with all the other flavors, it definitely took it up an extra notch. Absolutely fantastic. Time for the moment of truth. We are gonna cut our eggs in half. Let's see what we're working with, and we have that perfect sunny egg yolk going on. That's definitely what we need. We sliced all of our eggs in half, and what we're gonna do is we're just gonna take a spoon and scoop it on out. Place it into the dressing. Come on out. Some, they need a little assistance, while others don't need much assistance. Now that we got our yolks in the bowl, what we're gonna do is we're just gonna go in there and just break the eggs up, just like this. You could use a fork for this, of course, or you could use your spatula, just like me. And we're gonna combine it really good. And I know somebody's probably saying, oh my God, the claw crab, you're breaking it up too much. Guess what? Even if it is broken up, so what? We got some reserve right here. We got some extras. We could always go in there and add some more if we need to. But in the meanwhile, let's just focus on breaking up these egg yolks and getting it well incorporated with our seafood dressing. Perfect. Those yolks are mashed in perfectly. And I'm gonna add a little bit more of that claw crab. And this is perfect. We're gonna add a pinch of salt and ground black pepper, just a pinch, not much. Mix it in there once again. And we are ready to start staging. You're gonna take a spoon, of course. If you wanna take a Ziploc bag, you can add this mixture to a Ziploc bag, cut the tip off, and just basically squeeze it on into the egg whites. All right, we're gonna add our seafood mixture. And a little spoon this size is perfect. Just take a good size amount. Perfect. Now, if you really want to go in and stuff these bad boys even more, of course, why not? Add a little bit more of the egg mixture, just like that. Because now you have a lot. You got enough to play around with. Really live up to the definition of stuffed eggs. We're gonna take our Langostino lobsters. Did you guys forget about them? I hope not. And we're gonna place it right there. Try to place it backside up. That don't even sound right, but you get what I'm saying. Just like that. Absolutely beautiful. We're not even done yet with the staging, but just take time to like literally take it on in. How quick and how easy is this recipe to put together, right? Not to mention the flavors is gonna knock your palate out of the box. It's gonna be so delicious. When it comes to our fresh parsley, we're gonna take the stems off because really and truly we just need that presentation factor. So we're gonna work with only the leaves. Go in there one more time, cut it up just a bit more, just like that. I know my hand is probably in the way, but you get what I'm trying to do. And you get what I'm trying to demonstrate. All right, add some fresh parsley. Add that old parsley. Give it a pop of color. Not to mention the seasoning from our Langostino lobsters is definitely peeking through. Also, we have some chives. We're just gonna give it a rough chop. Probably about 1 centimeter. Perfect. And of course, to bring it together even more, why not just add a little bit of Old Bay? Why not, right? Is it against the law? I think not. Give those egg whites a little color as well. This recipe right here is definitely shouting holiday savvy. Quick and easy to put together, and let me tell you, the taste is so phenomenal. Anyway, as always, I'm your girl Cooking with Tammy. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and definitely share these videos because what? Sharing is caring. Don't forget to stay safe and stay blessed. Catch you guys in another video. Talk to you later. Bye, guys.